On stable coins, yeah, that's where my bag at. All I really need is Wi-Fi. Get money on DeFi, mega cash on MetaMask. You better run when the runners run. Show you how to get your money up. Dollar inflated like bubble gum. Markets are jumping like double dutch. Buying up gold till I get a ton. Crypto, yeah, I got some. You better run when the runners run. You better run when the runners run.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this special emergency edition of the Runners Live. It's Monday, January 27th, 2025. The world is going crazy. China's taking over. Trump's arresting people left and right. Ricardo, we need Mims here to make it make sense. What's going on, brother?
Man, fired up and excited as always, man. Just a phenomenal time to be watching, documenting, witnessing, observing just what's taking place right now. Very significant, very unique time in history what we talked about for decades and centuries and studied and debated. And, you know, we're going to document it here at the Runners Live show. So fired up and excited as always. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Just trying to stay updated and informed on everything that's happening so we can keep everyone up to date and in the know. So if you guys did not know, DeepSeek AI is a new Chinese company that is competing with ChatGPT. So we're going to kind of break down why that is such a big deal and then get into maybe some solutions or other things that we're doing to help profit in the cryptocurrency market. So just to give people a short or a small overview, I have this 2-minute summary here from CNBC that will shed some light on it.
No audio, Mike.
That's weird. Let's try this. Oh, it's because I did the whole window. That's why. All right, let me know if this works.
President Trump's version of AI policy will be aimed at keeping America ahead. That's the message from his new executive order out yesterday. But amid the escalating race against China, the order is meant to maintain America's leadership and develop AI systems, quote, free from ideological bias or engineered social agendas. Our Deirdre Bose has been covering those developments out of China and drilled down this week on DeepSeek, a mysterious hedge fund turned AI lab that has caught global attention. All the talk at Davos this week, and it has sent Silicon Valley into a bit of a panic. This is a sneak preview of that month-long deep dive.
China's latest AI breakthrough has leapfrogged the world.
I think we should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
A game-changing move that does not come from OpenAI, Google, or Meta.
There is a new model that has all of the valley buzzing,
but from a Chinese lab called DeepSeek.
It's opened a lot of eyes of like what is actually happening in AI in China.
What took Google and OpenAI years and hundreds of millions of dollars to build, DeepSeek says took it just 2 months and less than $6 million.
They have the best open source model, and all the American developers are building on that.
I'm Deirdre Bose with the Tech Check Take, China's AI breakthrough. That entire piece, it's about 15 minutes long, and it features interviews with Perplexity CEO Arvind Srinivas and Benchmark partner Chetan Puganga. Find it at cnbc.com/tctakes. It is well worth a watch. Big thank you to Jasmine Wu, Laura Batchelor, and Drew Trost on the Tech Check team, who really began digging into this with me after the DeepSeek Christmas Day drop, which kicked off the cycle of events, guys, that has now upended so much of what we thought we knew about AI development and the race between the US and China, and puts these big CapEx numbers like the one we got from Meta this morning into some new context here, because clearly the Chinese are doing this a very different way, and that could change the way things are done over here.
All right, so Mims, anything you want to you got from there, nugget of wisdom?
Yeah, they're talking about China's catching up. It's like, nah, China's advanced. You know, the U.S., you know, there's this ideology that the U.S. is ahead of the whole world and everything. And that's just not the case. You know, even when we look at education, I mean, we're falling behind in so many numbers in so many ways. You know, even when it came down to, you know, I was looking at history and talking about Pearl Harbor and whatnot. You know, the Japanese had a better fleet than we did at the time. You know, China, when you're looking at what they're doing with the AI and stuff, you know, it's talking about is China catching up? No, actually, in a lot of these places, they're more advanced than what we have. You know, but this whole market is you know, propped up and it's all hype and, you know, everything else. But I mean, obviously you can see if they spent $6 million and they're putting out a better product and it's free versus billions of dollars spent, okay, and hundreds of dollars to even have access to, obviously that's a major disruptor. But yeah, this is what we're seeing. And I think we're going to see more of this. And it's just going to affect the market, you know, obviously as time goes on.
Yeah, so there's you know, obviously the China versus USA race is a big deal. That's not too concerning about me. I mean, I think, you know, competition's good. We probably can't really trust them, or, you know, they obviously have a different worldview. So that's a, you know, that's a problem. But, you know, if we were getting ready to ban TikTok, I have a hard time believing that eventually, like, you know, this is going to be allowed with the power of AI. I mean, we were talking about, you know, dance videos on TikTok, and now we're talking about AI. So I know it's supposed to be open source, but again, can we really trust that that's the way it is and there's not other things they could do? So I have some concern about just using it, but I just want to give people some more context, because if this was just about AI, it wouldn't be like that big of a deal. But it's the way that it affects different sectors of our economy. So this is really good post that kind of breaks it down. So training top AI models is insanely expensive. OpenAI, Anthropic, etc. spend 100 million just on compute. They need massive data centers with thousands of 40,000 GPUs. It's like needing a whole power plant to run a factory. DeepSeek just showed up and said, LOL, what if we did this for 5 million instead? And they didn't just talk, they actually did it. Their models match or beat GPT-4 and Claude on many tasks. The AI world, as my teenagers say, are shook. So he talks about how they rethought everything from the ground up, with the way they do numbers. You know, I won't bore you guys with all that stuff. It can also read, like, instead of reading word by word, it can read like a whole paragraph at a time. They have specialized experts that only wake up when needed. Whereas, so basically they just completely thought about this a different way than, you know, anyone in America had done before. Now here's the big deal. Okay. The results are mind blowing. Training cost 100 million to 5 million. GPUs needed 100,000 to 2,000. API costs 95% cheaper. Can run on gaming GPUs instead of data center hardware. So that's the big thing here, guys, is NVIDIA. That's what this is about when it comes to the economy and stocks and crypto. This is scary. Their entire business model is built on selling super expensive GPUs with 90% margins. If everyone can suddenly do AI with regular gaming GPUs, well, you see the problem. So that is the big issue here. And Mims, I'll let you kind of talk about, you know, the Magnificent Seven, but right here, this is why this is a big deal. NVIDIA loses nearly 600 billion in market cap, marking the largest single day loss in US history. So I would say this would classify as a black swan event when you have, what is it, number 2, I believe. So Mims, your take on that, and how might, you know, this affect the market in your opinion?
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna pull up infinite market cap on that. Maybe it dropped in rank. Yeah, I figured that. Look, folks, innovation. You know that, you know, this is a natural ebbs and flows of the market. You know, innovation is coming out. You know, that's the thing about emerging technology. when you're seeing what's new and hot and the standard in which ways are getting done, and then somebody comes out with something that's way better, way faster, way cheaper. I mean, at one point in time, BlackBerry was the talk of the town. The next thing you know, the iPhone came out. Nobody talks about BlackBerry anymore. Well, like he said, if people can now do the AI modules on a gaming GPU, right? I mean, it just revolutionized the whole way they're thinking and doing this process. That was just costly, expensive, exclusive. You have to have money to use a GP4 model. It's $200 a month or something crazy like that. I mean, or whatever it is. I know you had to pay for it. And now they come out with something new and it's free and it's better and it costs them less to do and you can do it on a gaming GPU. Oh, of course that's going to take market share. Of course that's going to be massively disruptive to NVIDIA, which is propping up the market along with a couple other tech stocks, FANG stocks. Okay, because they are the market right now. There's no real correlation to the Main Street and Wall Street. The real economy and the stock market, there's no real correlation. It's all rigged, manipulated, propped up market right now. And when you have innovation coming out of the East like we're seeing, it's obviously going to shake up the markets like we've seen today.
Yeah, so I think long term, and how does this affect crypto? Obviously, anytime something happens in the stock market, crypto's at least short term going to be affected by it. So we can see here, we're kind of back. I mean, the dip, I'm not saying what's going to happen in the future, but the dip didn't last long. It was more prominent on the altcoins, but you can see kind of here, this is when it went from one, and we're kind of already, we're already back to 102. So, in the last 7 days, down 18. Monday morning back to where we were, or somewhat there. So I think for the crypto market, for now, this is more of a just a quick reaction. There is a Federal Reserve meeting, FOMC, on Wednesday. So I think that will play a major role into what happens with the market from here on out.
Yeah, you kind of cut out a little bit there, but you can obviously see NVIDIA dropping, significantly in rank, from that news. And we'll see we'll see, what takes place as things develop. But yes, anytime you see the stock market go down, there generally is a direct correlation that happens in the crypto market, because these same companies are invested in the crypto market as well, folks. They're invested in meme coins and everything else. Think they're not. Okay, that's where the big money is as well in crypto. And so when the stocks sell off, there's margin calls, or they got to cover their losses, they're going to sell risky assets. So when it's a risk off environment, they got to liquidate something, they're definitely selling some of their crypto. Okay, and that just pulls the market down with it. But we love it because it's healthy for the chart. It's healthy for the whole economics of it, and it allows us to buy these assets cheap. It allows us to get a discount on our favorite projects that we've been looking at, that we've been buying. And that's why I say, look, if you want to maximize your profits, maximize your positions. Okay, maximize your positions. The bigger stake you have in something, the greater the gains that you'll see. So, those real world projects, those utility projects, those, trending categories in the blockchain crypto space, this bull run right now, AI agents, RWAs, ISO tokens, meme coins, your favorite ones, stack more and stack more. Okay. And get ready for takeoff, because, the market over the long term, the trend is definitely higher.
Yeah. I turned off my VPN, so hopefully it sounds better now. Don't lag.
Yeah, you're better.
All right, perfect. So the other thing, perfect segue, Mims.
Oh, yeah, he said you're lagging. Yeah, Mike got a little lag situation going on there, but he just changed the internet, so maybe I can.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get it working.
Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
So Yeah, so this always happens, guys. There's always FUD that comes in. And we have to remember, though, that the digital asset dream team is here. We have the Senate Banking Subcommittee on Digital Assets. All right. And I point this out because we're going to actually have a Zoom tomorrow night with someone who is very well connected with Senator Cynthia Loomis. I followed her on X. She is a huge crypto advocate. So the fact that we're going to get clear regulation and direction from the government when it comes to cryptocurrencies is going to be absolutely huge. And that's kind of what we're focused on right now, is finding blockchains and projects that are going to be actually working with the government to bring in this digital revolution.
Yeah, folks. The opportunity that you have right now is you're just super early to this space. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity. There's going to be a lot of confusion. There's going to be winners and there's going to be losers. And that's the thing about being in the space of investing and putting your money to work for you, and taking advantage of what you see in this market. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But when you have projects where you're seeing you have politicians, when you see that you have billionaires, investment bankers, when you see people of influence getting behind a certain market, or you see developers moving to a certain chain, or you see a community moving over to a certain project, when you're seeing these advancements take place, it's a pretty good indication that you might have something of value. And that's what we look for. And so that's going to be a phenomenal call. Obviously having someone of influence talk about the revolution that's taking place in the real world asset space and the tokenization of securities, and how this American based blockchain is going to do it right. Is doing it right. That they're blazing a trail. They're putting in the proper standards and protocols and mechanisms, and giving everyday person access to help support the ecosystem by acquiring the software. So it's a beautiful time to just be in position and be aware of what's going on, get a position, and stay ahead of the game, and put yourself in position to win.
Yeah, this is, when we went out to California and we got to meet Trent Staggs and sit down and talk with him, that just gave me so much confidence and just security in having a leadership team like this with Trusted Smart Chain. So if you guys don't know, Trent Staggs actually is the mayor of Riverton, Utah right now, but he ran for the Utah Senate seat this past election in the Republican primary. And of course, outside money came in, about $20 million to defeat him, but he did get the endorsement of President Trump. Vivek Ramaswamy also endorsed him, Charlie Kirk, Carrie Lake from Arizona. So he has tons of connections. And like I mentioned, he is very close with Senator Loomis. So having someone like that with his connections, he's going to actually be going to DC every month to communicate with, the crypto czars, the crypto roundtables, I guess you could say. So again, the fact that we're doing all of this with all the right connections and getting that clarity of regulation when it comes to the government is going to be massive for bringing real world assets onto the blockchain. And again, guys, we're, the Black Swan happened today, but we want to let you guys know that these nodes will go up in price $1,000 this week. Okay, you have until February 1st. They go up February 1st. So you have until the end of January to take action. So message us, DM us, RWA, drop it in the comments if you want us to holler at you later. But Mims, this is, the transparency and the leadership team they put together here, bringing on over 100 different companies public, to me is just massive. And we've never seen anything like this in anything we've ever done.
Yeah, look, it's an intelligent move to deploy capital into projects and activities that can generate, some gains for you, some return, but the beautiful thing about what we're looking at here with, this software is we're acquiring software that is actually facilitating the ecosystem to exist. So we just support the ecosystem, and that software is rewarding us, daily in crypto. And obviously the ecosystem that they're putting together is phenomenal. When you look at how companies go public on Wall Street now, and you kind of take that same process and understanding and move it to the blockchain on how can you tokenize real world assets and securities on the blockchain, and you look at what this company is doing, this looks like a winner. This is solid. They're actually doing it the way that it should be done, and the connections that are in place are solid. The leadership is solid, and that's why we get excited, because somebody's going to do it. I mean, this is the point. Somebody's going to do it. There's a company, there's an individual, there's somebody who's going to put the platform together, the ecosystem together, and you want to be first to that company. Okay, it's like, if you know what Apple was going to be, what Apple was today in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, how much Apple stock would you be buying right now? Right? I mean, if you knew Microsoft and Google were going to be what they were in the early 2000s, and here we are in 2025, how much Apple stock and Google and Amazon stock would you have bought? Well, look, there's a lot of companies doing the .com that aren't around today. So some people put a little money in those and they're not here, but they might have had some left in Apple. They might have had some left in Google. They might have had some left in Amazon or Netflix or whatever have you, right? And now they're good today. So that's the thing. It's about deploying capital into these projects, these ecosystems, the technology, and doing that due diligence and staying abreast to the developments and the changes of that project and ecosystem, so you can properly leverage your way in or out of that opportunity. And that's why we stay on top of these things, so we can find these opportunities that we can deploy capital, show others where they can deploy capital, and support ecosystems like we are, and benefit in the future.
Yeah, and last thing I want to say about DeepSeek is, a lot of people are, of course, it's going to, not always tell you the truth when it comes to China, because it's a communist government. So, people are doing the whole thing where it's not telling you about the Tiananmen Square. It's kind of changing stuff from history. But I'm not like, so I checked it out, tried it out. It's okay. It's fast. But I asked it, who is the president of the United States right now? And it couldn't answer it. As of my last update in October 2023, the president of the United States is Joe Biden. If you're asking this question after that day, I recommend checking the latest news. I'm like,
I don't know,
how
Mike.
does AI not know who the president is right now? That's crazy.
Well, because Trump is the president of the Republic. Joe Biden was the last U.S. president. No, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But you never know. The AI could be on top of that, where people are familiar. Obviously, we have a republic and a democracy. You talk about the president of the corporation, and then, of course, the president of the republic, two different things. But anyways, no, that's funny. Obviously, the AI should have said, 2025, or, if Donald Trump is the president, it's giving you some information from 2023. That's crazy. So it could be, but it's obviously something there to shake the market up the way it did, without a doubt.
Yeah, and I meant to share this video, but Ken brings up a good move there, or a good point. Is I can't remember if it was who it was. I think it was Japan. I could be wrong, but Trump wanted them to invest AI money with the United States, or bring it here, and they were talking about doing 100 million or 1 billion. And then Trump was kind of joking with the guys, like, "Oh, well, let's do 2 billion." And the guy's like, "Hey, we'll see." And then Trump gets them to do like 5 billion into the Stargate. So it's a priority, which I love, and we got to get more serious about it. I think for sure, it's really where like warfare will go next, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's the Terminator, the Matrix, happening in real time. Okay.
With Donald Trump.
If you don't know, you're supposed to watch the Terminator first, and the Matrix is after, right? And so what we have here is the advancement in the chips, You know, and we're supposed to just survive D-Day, you know, and we never can escape the matrix. We just need to change our reality in it, you know. But it's interesting to watch, you know, all this take place. But yeah, you can't ignore the hundreds of billions of dollars that are going into AI and the investments that are taking place in the United States right now. As far as who's leading, obviously China is letting us know that they're definitely in the race. Yeah, interesting to see.
Yes, and thank you, Josh. I stand corrected. It was originally 100 billion, then he said 2 billion, and then it ended up being 500 billion, I think.
Yeah, Trump wants $1 trillion from Saudi Arabia because he said they were supposed to put in like 600 billion investing in the U.S. And I think he's the president of SoftBank or whatever have you. Yeah, he was definitely trying to get him to double his number, whatever it was. He was like, "It's okay. He's got the money. He can do it." Which is the art of the deal. Trump is very he's very slick in the way that he does business, which is you know, he one of his abilities. He has an ability to negotiate. It's just a certain way you auto suggest you in sales we call that the presumptive close. He does the presumptive close on them. But yeah, it's interesting to, you know, like I said, watch this stuff play out.
So we want to just share a couple of the slides, you know, covering this new layer 1 that we're excited about, just so you guys can grasp, and then, you know, message us RWA if you want to find out more. But I think this tokenization of our RWAs will do more to change the world than whatever AI does, because there's never been anything like this. So tokenization is simply using blockchain technology to break down physical or digital assets into smaller tradable units, making ownership more accessible, secure, and transparent than ever. So this is not just a trend, it's a massive shift in the financial ecosystem. I think the way everything is done, whether it's real estate, ownership, hotels, artwork, businesses, commercial property, commodities, will change forever. They'll never be the same. I think it's just going to be a massive, massive upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Nims?
Yeah, I'm looking at I think Travis got something there for us.
Yeah, what is this? Breaking news here, guys.
Breaking news. Yeah,
Let me see if I can
pull this up real quick.
I don't know if I can.
You click on the link.
No, it won't let me click it. It just shows
Let's
it.
see. Yeah, let me see if I can copy it maybe. Yeah, but I mean, folks, when it comes to what we're looking at, when it comes to being able to capitalize on real world assets and the tokenization of securities, like I said, there's going to be, it's a daily hodl. Analyst predicts one crypto sector will hit a quadrillion market cap, says Foundation. I'm not sure. You might put it up, Mike. But when it comes to the tokenization of assets and real world securities, look, there's a company that's going to do it the right way. And we believe we found it. You know, what T7X is doing is literally blazing the trail, is setting the foundation for the tokenization of real world assets and securities. And obviously this market, you know, is over $1 quadrillion, quite frankly, just with RWAs alone. And so when you can be first, when you can find a company, a project, a blockchain that is facilitating, you know, that is in that sector, helping to facilitate that transition, you know, from the old financial system to the new financial system, the tokenization of these assets, and you be in position to actually capitalize by owning the software this early is huge. It's a no-brainer. You know, quite frankly, what we're looking at right now, especially having a crypto-friendly Senate, crypto-friendly Congress, crypto-friendly president, just crypto-friendly administration. Blockchain and crypto, you know, it's not going anywhere. Blockchain technology is revolutionizing every area of human activity. Okay, there is no area of human activity where the blockchain is not disrupting. And it's going to be very disruptive. So you want to find the companies and the projects and follow the people that got their pulse on that change and innovation that's happening in this market. Because if you do, and you happen to take action on the plays and the opportunities and the projects that they are talking about and taking advantage of, you can ride that wave of wealth and opportunity that comes with it. So that's the thing about timing and positioning and opportunities such as these with the software, especially being at the price they are right now. Don't wait. If you have it, get it now, because the prices are going to go up. Why would you want to pay $2,500 for something when you can pay $1,500? Okay, it's a no-brainer. So, I always tell people all the time, the most valuable asset in the blockchain crypto space is education. Once you get your education and understanding about something up, it reduces your risk and anxiety about that something. So once you get your education up, you're able to properly leverage into the opportunity, okay, which allows you to maximize the opportunity and change your outcome and future and lifestyle.
Yeah, this is huge. So this is from Travis, just came in. Analyst predicts one crypto sector will hit $1 trillion market cap, says foundation already exists. A closely followed analyst thinks that one emerging crypto sector will witness astronomical growth in the coming years. Pseudonyms analyst Pentoshi tells his 847 followers on the social media platform X that he thinks the real-world asset crypto sector will hit $1 trillion market cap by 2030 or sooner. RWA is a nascent crypto category that aims to tokenize real-world assets such as bonds and real estate on-chain. The process also enables fractional ownership of assets, allowing individuals to purchase smaller, more affordable units. Everything will be on-chain and tokenized. The foundation for it already exists. At time of writing, the RWA category has a market cap of less than 40 billion. Looking at altcoins, Pentoshi says crypto assets other than Bitcoin have been struggling this cycle largely due to dispersion. I think there's like 1 million new coins every day now. Like, it's just crazy.
Especially with meme coins.
Yeah. People wonder why the cycle for alts has been so bad. When most of us got in, DeFi didn't even exist. You, by definition, were early. It could only go up. Total alt market cap combined was like 13 billion, 2% of the US owned crypto. We had like 2,000 total coins to choose from. Now we are in a multi-trillion-dollar industry and at least 25% of adults in the US own it. It's way more competitive, diluted. It's a maturing asset class at the end of the day. Pentoshi also encourages investors to have a long-term view, highlighting that the stars are aligning for the crypto industry. Early crypto adopters are now driving politics and soon likely a lot more. We were rewarded for taking chances and taking big risks when nobody else believed. Now nation states are adopting it. Eventually, everything will be tokenized. The entire world is in a state of change for crypto. We were here before all of them. That is unlikely to ever happen again in our lifetimes, broadly speaking. It might take more than you think, but we are moving in that right direction at lightning speed, all things considered. So again, just doubling down on what we're saying and why this is going to be such a huge industry with RWA. And we want to try to get you guys in early with a company that's doing it right, that has the right political connections, that is going through all the proper regulatory framework and paperwork, filing with the SEC, getting audits, all of that good stuff. So that's why we're excited, to have this new layer one bringing on these RWAs.
Yeah, folks, blockchain is changing the world. Obviously, massive, the largest wealth transfer ever in history. And we just talk about it, keeping your thumb on the pulse of this market, the innovation, the companies, the opportunities. When you have Larry Fink, if Larry Fink was getting giddy, essentially, talking about the tokenization of stocks and bonds, and a democratization of investing in wealth. And understand something. Where the market is right now, the bond market, the stock market, that's without the masses of people being able to fractionalize into it. So take the market now and multiply it. The multiples are, exponential because of what the decentralization and the fractionalization does is now where the unbanked are now be able to get fractions into RWAs. A lot of these investments and REITs and opportunities where people couldn't get access to, they couldn't put $5 into that and benefit from it. That just adds more liquidity. That just props up the value. It's a big It's huge, folks. It's really big when you start to consider the whole world, the unbanked. People have a phone. They just have a phone. Now they're going to have a wallet. They're going to have access to the blockchain. They're going to have the ability to get into fractionalized real world assets on chain. They're going to have the ability to access, these that they haven't had. That's more money. That's bigger market. This is why it's so important to be early. Just a little bit of vision and foresight. It's not hard, but be in the right projects, acquire the right assets, buy it early, buy as much as you can early, and hold. When I'm looking at this software, I'm not thinking about this software 12 months from now, 24 months from now. This software is going to pay me for life. As long as the blockchain is running, the assets are tokenized and on this exchange, and the RWAs, that software is going to reward me every single day in that cryptocurrency. And that cryptocurrency that I'm getting rewarded in every single day, that's leveraging the exchange, which is tokenizing real world assets and securities, has tokenomics like Bitcoin that created even more value in it. When we're talking about halvenings every 4 years, when we're talking about a set amount supply of 21 million coins, it doesn't take a lot to really see where this space is going. Not to mention the real world assets that are already tokenized and the ones that's coming. So folks, just get in position, get you some software, keep a pulse on this market and this industry and these opportunities, especially with what we're dealing with this layer 1 blockchain, this exchange.
Yeah, and what you're saying there, Mims, is really with this software, you can be part of the infrastructure. You can be part of that community that gets in first. So, I mean, we can go to CoinGecko and look at the RWA. So this is the top real world assets. Now, Chainlink is an oracle that basically takes the price in the real world and puts it on chain. So it's just used in the RWA section. But Mantra and Ondo are kind of the two leaders right now. But again, they already have over a $4 billion market cap. And you're buying the token, hoping it goes up, right? XDC, Quant, Pendle is another good one. Now, I like these ones. I like Checks a lot. That one's 470 million market cap. But again, Clearpool is another good one. I know we're both like Velo a lot, and someone said I think it was down a little bit today. What's up?
Yeah,
24 hours, but down this week. So, but again, with this one, these ecosystems are already so big. Their market cap is already very high. And again, if you're just buying a token, you're not getting rewarded daily. You don't have the infrastructure. So it's just a buy. Hopefully it goes up and you can sell it at a higher price. I want to be getting tokens every day. I want to get rewarded daily for as long as the blockchain exists. I want to have the first mover advantage. That's how, in my opinion, you beat the system, you beat the game, is getting to places first when other people are too scared to go there. Those other tokens have been around for, months, years, if not more. So that's why if I can find a layer 1 blockchain that has the connections, the leadership, the vision that we do, that gets me excited.
Look, you can either buy cryptocurrency or you can receive it daily by owning software. That's a no-brainer. I don't want to buy cryptocurrency if I don't have to. I'd rather receive it daily from owning software. That's the benefit of being early. Look, there's only 200,000 nodes. There's only 200,000 units of the software. It's going to sell out. Okay, I'm gonna give you a real quick example. Gala Games. I got me a Gala Games node. I paid $7,000 for it during the last bull run. The node was worth about $100,000. The node itself went from $7,000 to worth $100,000. That was just the node during the last bull run. Not to mention the coins, the Gala coins that I was getting paid out in. Okay, so it pays to be early. It really, really does. And so now we're talking about a node that is software that is $1,500 right now. That is going to be $2,500 next month. And it's going to increase in price as those nodes, the software sells out and it will sell out, those who have the software are going to be in position. This is huge. With that software is going to allow you to leverage. And obviously we're talking about it, real world assets and the tokenization of security. So take advantage. I wouldn't wait.
Yeah. And, there's other nodes and, but the key here is it's not just the nodes, right? It's what are you doing in the real world? What procedures do you have in place? So what makes us so different from anything else we've ever seen? It's a universally accepted framework for tokenization. Okay, they're not just saying, oh, we're backed by this. They provide the pathway forward for businesses to tokenize in a secure, regulated, and trusted environment. And I've never seen any other cryptocurrency blockchain project do this. So they're only focusing on real existing businesses with cash flowing assets. No speculative or unproven products. This isn't like a new startup. They're looking to bring on companies that have about $50 million in sales a year. And the regulatory compliance and transparency is something I've never seen. So they're going to actually be filing Reg A and Reg D filings for all the tokenized assets to be fully compliant. So they will be registered as investment and meet SEC regulations. That's been the big issue with cryptocurrency and regulations from the government is it is a security or is it a commodity? The SEC previously wanted to rule a lot of them as investments. And that's what they are doing. Now, this isn't the node, this isn't the token. These are the real world businesses. So because they're doing those Reg A and Reg D, accredited and non-accredited investors will be able to participate. But the exciting part, MEMS, is the independent audits. So we require audits up front and annually thereafter to ensure that all tokenized assets are properly valued, tracked, and secure. Full transparency. Our platform fosters trust with transparent reporting on asset value, ownership, and transaction history. So this is the first in the world to implement these standards. The first blockchain to implement industry-leading standards for tokenized real-world assets, creating a secure, compliant, and trustworthy framework for businesses and investors alike. And here's the beauty part, MEMS. I'm gonna pull up one more slide here, but what gets you excited about that? The way they're doing this the right way now.
Yeah, I mean, look, folks, like I mentioned, there's companies that are going to do it the right way, that are going to set the standard, that are going to blaze the trail. You just want to be early. It's not really rocket science. Sometimes it's just, being at the right place at the right time. Sometimes it's just, I heard the right information. For some people, they just took a chance. For some people, they did a little more due diligence. But it really came down to the people who took action, who acquired the asset, who realized that the dollars that they have are going to do better for them, finding opportunities than just sitting and depreciating. And so that's the benefit that we have now, where we got our pulse on this market. We find opportunities. We're steadily, constantly, digesting and understanding and comprehending the dynamics of what's going on and finding the opportunities that can put us in position to win, and then bringing it to the runners, to the community, to the people. So yeah, this is the time, man. I'm excited to be a part of this project and actually acquire the asset that's going to help this ecosystem grow and flourish, especially when we're talking about a market such as real world assets, RWAs, which is, like I said, a $1.64 quadrillion market. It's a no-brainer not to try to get a piece of that, especially if I can get paid and or receive that asset every single day for the rest of my life. Why not?
No, 100%. So let me talk about the use cases, because this is the crazy fun part that is awesome. So again, this is a layer 1 blockchain. Okay, it's going to be built on Cosmos. So it has real world utility. Once the token is out, the TSC nodes can be purchased in TSC. That offers a discount. investors must invest in RWAs with the TSC token. So these companies are going to have a $3 million ad spend to get investors like you do with the stock. Okay. And most of them will be accredited investors who have over $1 million. So when these guys go to buy these real world assets, they're going to invest in them with the TSC token. So all that money coming in needs to buy the token. Then you have it as the gas fees because it's its own layer one. And then when those RWAs pay out their dividends to investors, they must be paid in the TSC token. So that is where the real world utility comes in with Trusted Smart Chain. Now, those businesses that are paying the dividends, they are registered as securities with the SEC. That is where the trust and transparency comes in, of which I've never seen in the crypto market.
Yeah, that coin is very valuable. It's the liquidity pair, gas fee. It's the way people pay in and pay out for the investment. So there's massive utility for the coin. You know what I mean? And to receive that daily is just is awesome.
Yeah. So last thing I'll say on this, guys, is again, a founding member node is originally $2,500. We have $1,000 off right now for friends and family until January 31st. On February 1st, the price will be going up to $2,500. So you can get this node that's going to reward you every single day as long as this blockchain exists for just $1,500. And again, like we said, our Gala nodes cost $7,000, and it's paid me back at least 10 times more than I put into it, and it's still paying me right now. So drop a comment, guys, or message us RWA, and we can get you more information. You can see a whole presentation and break it down. But you got to act hurry. That's the major point. We wanted to go live tonight just to let you guys know what's going on, because that's why I love this, right, Mims, is I don't have to worry about the market going up and down every day. A black swan here, a new AI thing there, some stock markets coming down, and then my crypto coins are going down by 50-80%. So that's why I think RWAs will be such a game changer, because it will take a lot of that volatility and uncertainty from crypto and give it actually real world utility, because we're getting real world businesses profits coming in and buying up the token. So man, I'm excited.
Yeah. So I mean, folks, obviously, I hope we made it make sense on the value of owning the software. The T7X exchange, the TSC coin, the ability to own that software, get paid out in the assets. So if you want to take advantage, you want to send us some more information, or you need to, have some questions, just DM me RWA, I'm saying real world asset. I'll get the details to you, reach out to Mike, get the details, but take advantage. You don't want to at least not get the information. We ain't go live and sharing this, for fun. You know what I'm saying? We see real value in here. And we want to make sure that we help, this ecosystem thrive. And that's part of decentralization, helping people acquire the software, run the software, receive the coins for participating, and helping support the tokenization of real world assets and securities through T7X and receiving the TSC coin. So yeah.
And I will say, just so people know, because I always wonder this, you can run the node yourself if you want to. So this is an actual real node. It's not like just an NFT that you're staking or something. This is a real node that's operating the blockchain. They do have a third-party partner where they have negotiated a deal where they can host it for you for just $3 a month, which is phenomenal. I pay $25 right now to host my Gala node. So to get this for $3 is amazing. And if you do have multiple nodes, there's kind of like a discounted tier or whatever, but it will be super simple setup. We'll make sure we do some videos and help you guys out, but you don't need a computer or, some super fast gaming computer or something to make this work. You could do it yourself if you want to, but for $3 a month, I'm just going to let somebody host it, keep that uptime going. So that's
Yep.
it, Mims. Make sure you guys, again, reach out for the Zoom link. That's going to be an awesome Zoom tomorrow with Trent. Let me
Yeah,
throw that back up there just in case people came on late.
Yeah, if you want to get on a live Zoom with Trent, okay, Mayor of Riverton, okay, definitely DM us, DM me RWAs, and we'll make sure we get that information out to you guys. All the videos and links and information. If you want to take advantage, you know how to reach out to us. Just let us know. We'll take care of you.
And JC, the TGE token generation event is scheduled to happen in February. So it should be within the month that the rewards will be coming in. All right. Thank you guys for jumping on. Like the video, share it out, tag a few people who want to be part of this future trillion-dollar industry, RWA. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Peace.